Hi, we're at Snowman's Reindeer Farm in Canton, Illinois. I'm Tracy Snowman.
And I'm Scott Snowman, and our last name really is Snowman.
People often ask us what came first, the book or the reindeer? And actually, the books came first. We had talked about reindeer for a long time. He'd been very interested in the animal and done a lot of research. And we already had a background in children's illustration. So we actually sat and wrote this book during a snow day when we were off from our teaching jobs. We sat drinking cocoa in the living room. We wrote the story, and then it took about another 6 months to illustrate. And one of the things that really helps us is when we make tiny little models of the characters. There's a lot of different kinds of illustration, and one of the things that we have experimented with is the digital world. So these first two books are actually very traditional. They were done with colored pencils on pastel paper. And you can kind of see, the background here is blue, the background here is brown. As we moved forward, we began to experiment with digital. Here's one of our illustrations where the character, the little elf, is crying. He's lost all of his cupcakes. Here's the model of the elf. Okay, so that's what he looks like. But he's not, you notice the model isn't crying. And I needed to know what crying looked like in order to be able to sketch the face of this little character. So you'll notice over here, I have Scott. He's my model. There he is in our kitchen, grabbing his hat and crying and sobbing because he's lost all of his cupcakes. It makes me feel almost a little immortal, because books last forever and they'll be here long after we are. And that really makes you feel very special. And I love the idea that 3 generations from now, our great, great, great grandchildren could be reading these books. And they might know a little bit more about the two of us because they read the book. They understand us a little bit.